My friend, if someone tells you their house, then that for sure is a thing. And what you need to know and what you need to understand, it's not just a conversation. It's a way of being. It's a way of living. You have to really be into the vibe of house to understand exactly what I'm saying. But once you're in the house, there's no turning around. There's no coming back. Chicago. There's nothing like this anywhere on this earth. This is Chicago house. You can feel it. It's everywhere. What? This is Chicago house. And you see, house is bigger than just one thing. It's more than just music. House is a way of being. You be you, and let me be me. This is Chicago house.
SeatGeek Stadium, just a little south of Chicago. 2 matches away from the finish line for Chicago House AC, as tonight's house guest is Stumptown AC. Our pre-match preview presented by Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital. As always, great to be next to Dason Robinson. I'm Dan Kelly. Welcome inside SeatGeek Stadium. As I mentioned, just 2 matches to go for Chicago House, coming off of their first come-from-behind victory last weekend. And now they try to close out the season, trying to be a more consistent side, and especially considering they're facing 2 quality sides to close out this season.
Yeah, 2 quality sides to finish the season. And once, like you said, Dan, they're trying to find, once again, some level of consistency. First come-from-behind victory last week, and looking for another victory tonight.
Take a look at our NISA Fall League standings presented by Eat Clean Chicago, the official supplier of team meals to Chicago House Athletic Club. And tonight's opponent, Stumptown, looking for a goal right now, maybe if they can finish in the 4th spot. And for Chicago House, it was a slow start to the season, but playing much better soccer here in the second portion of this fall league for NISA.
Yeah, Stumptown is in 5th place and the Chicago House is in 6th place. And so, once again, both teams are trying to continue to find their footing in the league. Chicago trying to find a level of consistency like we talked about before. And Stumptown trying to, they're just, ties 4 out of the last 5 games, trying to find the winning foot going forward.
We'll take a look at starting 11s when we return here to Bridgeview, Illinois. Chicago House trying to climb the table, close out the season with some quality soccer. It's got a little colder here in the Chicagoland area for these final 2 matches.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, our goal is to help you love your life. When your life is sidelined by an injury, dizziness, surgery, or condition keeping you from doing what you love, we're here to help you heal and feel your best. Physical's holistic approach allows our therapists to evaluate your whole body so the root cause of your health challenges are uncovered. Visit physical.com to find your nearest location and see how we can help you love your life.
There's meal prep, then there's Eat Clean Chicago.
How much time do we have? Jordan?
This is Chicago house. This is Chicago house. This is Chicago house.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
Or too small.
because when it's your body,
Your passion.
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
This Chicago House Athletic Club broadcast is brought to you by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital, by Nike Soccer, by Physical Therapy and Balance, and by Eat Clean Chicago.
Cool thing when you're playing in your first season in NISA, you have a lot of first, including the first come-from-behind victory. This was a home one for Chicago House. Slow start, a little dumbfounded to begin things, but a much better second half after this slow start versus LA.
Yeah, so letting in that first goal in the first 8 minutes of the game is definitely not a great thing, but chances came. Wilson Morris created some opportunities, and Wilson Morris with the opportunity right here. Just trying to create something out of nothing. Great chances, great shots, and just before the half, we're able to get one as Derek Huffman comes in and puts a great cross in. Right into Woj. Easy tap in for Woj, and I know the team is happy about that, and Derek Huffman is looking to continue to facilitate again tonight, and Woj getting on the end of him as well.
Yeah, Derek Huffman, past history, he was a goal scorer, but here the table setter, not just in this match, but in previous matches as well.
Yeah, it was a good game last week, and listen, he's had a good season thus far. Continued to be a playmaker, one who makes a difference out there every time he's on the field. And as you can see right here in the 89th minute, getting on the end of a great through ball, is able to break down the defender, get another cross in, and yes, sir, Ian Cyril in the back of the nets. Looking for another repeat performance of that from Derek Huffman, 2 assists, and once again, another victory tonight.
Saw defenders going down there with some of that knife-like passing from Derek Huffman, the finish from Ian Cyril. As we take a look at the starting 11 for C.J. Brown, Chicago House AC side.
Yeah, pretty common starting lineup here with Novotny in the back of the net, holding it down for the team. Bowie with the most minutes on the team this year. David Abidor is out tonight, so Barbero will hop in the center back position for Abidor, and you have Woj up top, looking to get back on the scoreboard once again.
Yeah, Abidor out with yellow card accumulation. Kim is out with an injury as well for Chicago House. This is a look at the visiting side, Stumptown AC.
Yeah, this is a team that likes to control the ball. Obviously, Gonzalez in net, and you have Shibata and Mehard in the midfield doing a great job of just containing and maintaining possession for the team. So they're going to look to control the game with their possession tonight, and Chicago House is going to look to disrupt any flow that they can have during the game.
Yeah, this team loves to possess. Stumptown like to play out of the back, measuring that. Dason, what are keys to the match from Chicago House's perspective tonight?
Yeah, Chicago's got to have a strong start and a strong finish, right? They let in an early goal last game, and I'm looking for a strong start and finish to each half, and I think that would be great for Chicago House to accomplish tonight. Then you have Huffman once again with 2 assists last game, and he's going to look to continue to create and be a creator for Chicago House. And then can Chicago House play a complete game tonight? Can they get 2 wins in a row? Can they have a great start, great finish, and do what's necessary to get the victory tonight all over the field?
A man of few words, very succinct. It's just Huffman. He's been the story. Hopefully the story again tonight for Chicago House, at least part of it. Louis Bennett rejoins the starting 11 for C.J. Brown's team, wearing their home black shirts. So we mentioned the temperatures have cooled off a little bit in the Chicagoland area, but still wonderful November weather to close out the regular season. Final 2 now to go for Chicago House and Stumptown AC.
For sure, a good crisp night here in Chicago, and Ian Cyril with picking off a pass in a dangerous position.
Cerro draws a crowd. And he's outnumbered. And it's Reese Williams, one of the top players this season for Stumptown AC. Ward tearing forward, looking for it. He scored last game in that 1-1 draw for Stumptown versus San Diego.
Yeah, it looks like Chicago's coming out with a bit of high pressure, not trying to allow Stumptown to get comfortable on the ball.
Heaved in by Anthony Bowie, as you mentioned at the top of the show, number 27. Young player playing a new position. He's just led this team in minutes this season.
Yeah, it seems like he's found his way in that right back position, converted right back. And sometimes, you know, in a player's career, namely myself, converted from more of an attacking player to a defending player. And things tend to work out for me. So I think they're doing the same for Anthony Bowie.
Nemhard, another one of the top players for this Stumptown side. It was back on August 14th, an away match for Chicago House. They knocked off Stumptown 1-0 for their first ever victory in club history.
Yeah, CJ Brown talked about that, how it was a tough matchup for the group and how Stumptown controlled the game, but Chicago was able to squeak out a victory there.
Tonight's act is brought to you by Chicago House presenting partners, Nike Soccer, Chicago Center for Orthopedics at White Memorial Hospital, Eat Clean Chicago, and Physical Therapy.
Interesting to talking to Rod Underwood. Stumptown's manager has a lot of admiration for what CJ Brown has done with this team. He's close in age, so he's always followed his career. But this is how he's seen this team improve from August, how they just like to play soccer. There's Bowie going down to ground, and that's what they're talking about when saying Drew Connor stuck in. One of the leaders for this team helps win it. Bowie now. A ropey touch there by Kidd, but he makes up for it.
Drew Connor's a workhorse in there, and he brings the attitude that you need in the center mid. There's a dog in there, and to break up plays and grind things out. Also has a creative flair to him as well, so pretty solid center midfielder there.
Cautiously going forward. Bowie, Ian Cerro. Whips the cross in low, easily dealt with by Stumptown.
Yeah, Chicago has not allowed Stumptown to get into any type of rhythm thus far, and I think that's really good for Chicago to continue to high press Stumptown and not allow them to find their flow and get comfortable on the ball.
We mentioned they love to possess the ball, Stumptown. Talking to their coaching staff today, is the big issue has been finishing in the final third, the clinical finishing. They've created the chances. And that's a familiar refrain you hear in the great game of soccer, is that finishing product is oftentimes the hardest thing, is now it's Sulia knocking it back.
Yeah, there was a similar thought process about Spain this past summer. They had a lot of ability on the ball, but they just couldn't seem to find that person or group of individuals who they knew that they were going to put the ball in the back of the net. But obviously quality players. They did a great job this summer, and I know Stumptown they have the right mindset, keeping the ball. Can they do that job when it counts in front of the net?
Now it's Derek Huffman looking for options going forward. Wojcik to his left. Ian Cerro, perimeter of the penalty area. Kidd will keep it. Here in the 6th minute from Bridgeview, Illinois, Louis Bennett lets it go to Huffman. It's recovered by Stumptown. Outlet it ahead to Travis Ward, but cover back for Chicago House. Now it's Wojcik on the right side. Unable to latch onto that pass. Reese Williams does well to keep that ball in play. Now ready to motor forward. Longo. Shibata into the penalty area and mishit it well wide of the target.
Yeah, it was a good through ball there into Shibata. And obviously he didn't do exactly what he probably wanted to do there, but it's a great opportunity to get behind Chicago's back line. They only have one forward, Shibata up top, so Rivero and Sully are going to have to figure out who's got him and when to step into the midfield to get one of the other false nines or attacking players from Stumptown.
That term, Desan, if you were going to explain it to someone new to soccer, a false nine, how would you simplify that for them?
Yeah, you have each player has a number that aligns to their positioning. And so typically the attacking players or the players who are playing forward or striker position, you have the 10 and the 9. 9 is typically the goal scorer, the striker. And so this day and age, a lot of teams don't actually play two strikers or two forwards. They'll play a false 9, a player who drops a little bit more into the midfield. And so they'll only play one striker. So that is exactly what a false 9 is. And it's kind of a hybrid. It kind of plays in between the lines, and it's kind of hard to defend at times.
Will oftentimes the false 9 be the facilitator for the 10?
It can, yeah, certainly, or vice versa.
Yeah,
or vice versa.
Travis Ward brings it down for Stumptown AC. They've had a lot of draws lately. That's been their theme, including a 1-1 draw with San Diego. Now it's the press coming from Louis Bennett. Gonzalez, he's a good shot stopper, their keeper. Likes to play with his feet out of the back. That blends well with their style. Probing for it there with the right foot. There's Drew Connor as he jabs it loose. For the latest news, stats, and standings, and all things NISA, simply log on to nisasoccer.com. Little frustration from Chicago House here. Just trying to get their rhythm here in the 9th minute.
Yeah, this game is pretty scrappy on both sides. High pressure once again from Chicago on Stumptown, and Stumptown is not necessarily high pressing Chicago, but Chicago hasn't, like you said, been able to find a rhythm, and they have a good amount of spacing. They're doing just fine. They just haven't been able to find the rhythm and get, connect about 3, 4, 5 passes every single time they get the ball. So hopefully that'll be something they can do going forward.
Ian Cerro, like a little piranha out there, especially as he gets closer to goal. It's Anthony Bowie. Spots Wojcik, filters into the middle. Unable to connect there as he had Kidd and Huffman in front of him. Anthony Bowie, perfectly headed for Cerro. Wojcik unable to make the turn. Pressure coming from Drew Connor, and he's whistled for the foul. See the long sleeves out tonight. Head coach C.J. Brown, member of the Ring of Fire, local legend around North American soccer, says he didn't like to wear the long sleeves back in the day. Just gave guys more stuff to grab.
Different players have different styles, Dan. I was a long sleeve guy myself, to be honest.
Or maybe it was that CJ learned how that you could grab those strikers that wear those long sleeves as well. They use that as another thing to latch onto.
For sure, any advantage.
Travis Ward. Stripling. This is Reese Williams making the overlap as Stripling. It's the cross through, but dealt with well by Chicago House, and now
great turn by Bowie.
Wojcik and Drew Connor. Reese Williams at Stumptown recover it. Good energy to this game.
Yeah, Coach C.J. Brown talked about how Stumptown likes to bring up Reese Williams, the left back, and how he pushes up pretty high. But it seems like they're not only pushing Reese Williams up, but they're also pushing the right back up as well. So they're looking to attack on the flanks.
Odenbeck splashes it out wide here. This is Reese Williams. Bowie's defending. Stripling lays it off. Offside flag is up. Stripling is a little dumbfounded at the decision. You wanted a strong start from Chicago House. Kind of a mixed bag here so far, would you agree?
I would agree. It's definitely a mixed bag, but what they have not done is allowed Stumptown any really quality opportunities to on frame or on net. Novotny's really hadn't had to make a save, and that's all you can ask for.
You see how hard Drew Connor going into that engagement down on the ground.
Gotta love that.
It was a poor first half by Chicago House on their home pitch last weekend. The come from behind performance happened in the second half. They were a quiet, mad group at the break, and they came out with a lot more energy in the second half and changed things around. So now hoping to see the team they've become to close out this regular season. Tonight against Stumptown, next weekend against Cal United, at home as well. Novotny. The flag was up.
So the ball was just out of bounds. That's what the Lions was calling. Goal kick.
Let's get another look at that. Good call.
It's out. I know Chicago agrees with it. Yeah, it's out. I knew it all along. Knew it all along.
See Michael Novotny diving around. He's allowed some goals this year, but he was brought up in our conversations this week about Chicago House, how good he's been this year, and he's made a lot of dazzling saves.
Yeah, for me, I think he's been the MVP of this team. He's been the most consistent player this year. He's done what he's needed to do at the right times to make the big saves, whether it's a PK, whether it's a point-blank shot from the other team. He's done a great job this year. Sometimes keepers make some mistakes, but overall, I think he's had a great year. Like I said, for me, I think he's Chicago's MVP.
You really see Drew Connor trying to be the vocal general out there tonight. There's Wojcik, comes down for Louis Bennett, unable to keep it. Travis Ward going forward. Runs into Connor there. But a patient build up here from the visitors. Shibata. Sees he doesn't have many options yet. Catching up to him is Reese Williams. Now it's Williams down the left side, and Novotny able to calm that ball down.
There's a good hands right there by Novotny. Once again, Reese Williams coming down this left-hand side. They're looking to find him and looking to get on the end of his crosses. So it's be something to take a look at, keep an eye on the rest of this game. Reese Williams versus Anthony Bowie.
Louis Bennett feeling that one on a cold evening. Jared Odenbeck helping him up. Sporting competitor. Here's a good look at Louis Bennett. He's on a good day. He's 5'7". Plays hard. Ian Cerro keeps it on the deck. Derek Huffman. Get a deep throw upcoming. Cerro. A little too much venom on that. At least looked at it, but then it dropped in a nice area, but no one around for Chicago House. Drew Connor. Mateo Kidd will brush out wide. Connor again. Cool little move to move away from Shibata. Kevin Gonzalez off his line, never really threatening. Six goals on the season for Wojtek Wojcik, just one assist. In pursuit of the Golden Boot for the final 2 games.
Yeah, it'll be really good for Wojcik to get another goal and continue to push as best as he can for the Golden Boot.
Reese Williams tearing forward for Stumptown. Cerro knocks it loose there from Shibata.
Oh, touch.
Derek Huffman fires, and diving to parry that ball was Kevin Gonzalez.
It's a great through ball by Wolves right there. First time look. Keeper's out. I don't know if he tried to chip him right there or tried to place it around him. But ultimately, keeper was able to make the save.
Easy to say looking at the replay, but you can see the potential for the chip was certainly on.
Yeah, for sure. In those type of situations, it's a feel for the game. And obviously I think Huffman knew exactly what was going on. It just didn't come off for him.
You just feel more goals coming for Derek Huffman. He's creating some space with his passing ability, but his track record is he's a goal scorer, especially in indoor. You look at some highlights, he can just score some bombs. Well, a reminder, Chicago House AC returns home next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. to take on the Cal United Strikers in the season finale. You don't want to miss this one. Single match tickets now available at chicagohouseac.com/tickets, powered by tickets.com. Next Saturday, Cal United, the final one of the season. Ooh, that's a tester off the roof.
Sneaky one, looks like Gonzalez may have got a touch on it.
I don't know. Or did the top of the net get a touch on it? But Louis Bennett will take it. First corner of the night for Chicago House. Little hesitation from Bennett. Bennett floats it across the face of the penalty area. There's Ian Cerro. We've seen it on the right side mostly, now floated to the left.
It's a good ball.
Corner upcoming. It's Mateo Kidd looking to serve that in.
Yeah, this is a nice little spell from Chicago. They've gotten behind Stumptown's back line, or down the right side. Excuse me, yeah, their right side a couple times here, and putting in some dangerous balls, dangerous crosses. So hopefully they'll continue to see that. They'll see what's working and continue to push the envelope down down Stumptown's right side to continue to create some opportunities for themselves.
Again, Louis Bennett will bring it in. There's Kidd discussing things with big Derek Huffman here prior to the corner. See the frustration from Mateo Kidd. You don't want to hurt that right foot there, Mateo. You're going to need that later on.
Yeah. You got to be careful with that.
Giovanni down for Stumptown AC. Walking it off on a cold November night. Little interruption here, as you mentioned, though, prior good 5 or 7 minutes of play here from Chicago House. Probably their best little spurt here in the first half. Low service from Bennett. Wojcik turns and fires it off the side netting. It took a deflection as Chicago House will have another corner opportunity.
Yeah, Woj able to bring this down in the box and get a great turn on it.
Bennett. And eventually it's Gonzalez who was able to grab it. Sully in there for a look for Chicago House.
Good tackle there on the sideline by Ribeiro.
Still single-digit starts at center back for young Andrew Ribeiro. Where's number 6 for Chicago House?
Yeah, a lot of great tackles tonight from both teams. I would not want to be on the receiving end of any of those, especially with this cold. But I wouldn't mind shelling out a couple of those.
Yeah, you would have absorbed them better at the age of 26.
For sure.
Your age now. Not that you're still a young man. Next to Dason Robinson, I'm Dan Kelly. Good to have you with us. A little mid-November clash here inside SeatGeek Stadium. Final 2 regular season games and playing for contracts, really, and for pride here to finish the regular season. And that's the thing. We touched on it a couple weeks ago. In a month, a lot of these players are going to be out of contract. So there's some urgency to show well.
Yeah, for sure. They want to show well now for their coaches and also for the teams that they play, because you never know. A coach or a general manager might see them play against, their team and say, hey, that player did extremely well against us. I saw his abilities and I want to bring him on. So, yeah, definitely some opportunities to showcase your talent, not only for NISA teams, but you never know who's watching.
Yep.
You never know who's watching.
Somebody's always watching. 24th minute, still awaiting our first goal. Stripling. Longo splashes it out wide for Stumptown.
Good job by Bowie. So one of the things, Dan, is going to be key for Chicago tonight, because Stumptown is such a good team in terms of possession. The communication is going to be just crucial for them tonight.
Cross dribbles towards Michael Novotny, and everything's been cleanly handled by the veteran keeper tonight. Drew Connor usually likes to come out prior to the game barefoot, at least back in August and September. We didn't see much of that here in November. It's nice to see the guys having some fun. Tonight, Youth Soccer Night celebrated. Fan Appreciation Night, I believe, upcoming. And also a good piece at halftime, flashing back to a lot of these players' use, and a good lesson from Drew Connor, why not to eat 12 power bars at halftime when you're a young soccer player.
Yeah.
Stumptown just getting comfortable behind the ball. Reese Williams has had a lot of touches, cruising forward. Williams to Ward, trying to go back, but it was Sulia stealing it, but recovered by Stumptown. Reese Williams, Longo the cross, the header, and Novotny just got a paw to it.
Unbelievable save by Michael Novotny right now. Wow. What a reaction save. What a reaction save. Looks like Raquel Jr. did enough to interfere with the attacking player to allow Novotny to get in position to react and make that save. But wow, that was a heck of a save.
He's not the biggest, but when you're clever and you have quick reaction like that, it works out. First corner here for Stumptown. Referee making sure everyone's behaving themselves in the area. Shabata's there. Lifted in. It's knocked wide of the goal. This will be a goal kick now for Novotny.
Yeah, in this first 27, 28 minutes, man, this game has had a couple momentum shifts, and they've been quick. You know, 2-3 minutes here for one team, another 4 minutes for the other team. So it's definitely a back and forth game. So I'm excited about what's going to happen. I feel like there's definitely a goal or two going to be scored in this game for either team. So it's been a solid first half thus far.
Wojcik, pass a little behind Mateo Kidd, not a problem. Almost crossed up with Requeo. Louis Bennett pivots away from pressure. Now Kidd dashing forward. Derek Huffman unable to collect that pass. Approaching the half-hour mark here. Is this a 50-50 game so far? You give the advantage to anyone?
Not necessarily. I think it's definitely been a 50-50 game from the standpoint of, as I talked about before, just the momentum shifts, the amount of momentum shifts. Stumptown thought they had a goal. Obviously, the ball was out of bounds, and Chicago's had a couple great opportunities themselves.
You see Rod Underwood on the right, the legend C.J. Brown on the left. It's becoming more familiar to see two African-American managers competing. Nice to see.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see that. It's great to see the progress that the sport of soccer has made in this department with the growth of the game in terms of players, the amount of African-American players there are, and obviously those players going on to be coaches. Rod Underwood himself being the first African-American to play at Furman back in 1985, and C.J. Brown with the storied history at San Jose State, Chicago Fires in the MLS. So it's great to see both coaches out there leading their teams and trying to figure it out for both sides.
Huffman, swarmed by white shirts, pops loose, free, and Cerro. Cerro will lay off, service coming in. As Nemhard deals with it. Fighting to get that ball back is Mateo Kidd.
That's great work by Mateo Kidd. Even though he didn't come off with it, that's the work rate you need for for a winning side, to be a winning team.
He's always energetic, but it seems like he had an extra Red Bull tonight. Just keeps fighting. There's John Requeo, engaged here. Team looking for the opening goal. Williams will keep it on the deck. He'll get it back. Problem is in pursuit of Cerro. Now a little separation. Reese Williams, the service, and he just couldn't bring that shot down as Louis Bennett prevented that. Longo on to Williams. There goes Travis Ward. Williams keeps it on the grass. Longo testing Anthony Bowie. Bowie has some help as well from Sulia.
Longo with the attempted snake on the end line to get past the defender. Didn't necessarily pull it off, but why not go for it?
What's the snake?
The snake is a let me clarify. It's a move that, or some might call it the elastico. It's a quick out and then in. You know, the ball really doesn't leave your foot. It kind of throws the defender off a little bit by taking an extra quick touch that the defender may not be ready for.
Reese Williams has some space down this near side. Williams, cross, just out of range there for Hines.
Yeah, Williams is finding a lot of joy on this left-hand side. And Chicago has got to communicate. Bowie has got to communicate with Cerro because there's a lot of give and goes and overlaps between Williams and Ward. And so Bowie and Cerro are going to have to figure it out quick, fast, and in a hurry and communicate who's going with who, where to position themselves so that Williams will be denied these services and these opportunities to get forward.
Well, fans, do you want to take your game to the next level or stock up on some Chicago House AC gear? Visit our website at shop.chicagohouseac.com, your home for Chicago House AC fan needs.
Good ball in.
It's Huffman.
First time ball.
Requeo. First time's it in. There's Bowie. Got a head to it. Bouncing into the awaiting arms of Kevin Gonzalez.
But that's good, though. That's good. Requeo getting forward and good first time ball in. You got to keep that defense honest out wide and in the box. They got to be ready for those crosses coming in. So great action by Chicago. Getting the ball into the forward's feet. Playing out wide, first time cross. That's good action.
It's Wojcik forcing the issue. Sulia will watch it out.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit different defensive shape and or defensive mentality this last minute. And Chicago did a little more sitting in and didn't press right away and try to make the play predictable.
That pass was almost stolen by Odenbeck, but Chicago House able to maintain possession. Ian Cerro chips it ahead. Derek Huffman. That was one of your keys. Just Huffman coming into this match. Saw him with an early opportunity.
Yeah, he's doing a good job tonight. He's running hard, getting behind the back line as much as possible. And we'll continue to keep an eye on him and see what he's able to create tonight.
Stumptown AC, playing out of Matthews, North Carolina, a suburb of Charlotte. Jared Odenbeck, number 42. He's a local kid on loan from FC Tucson. See the good-looking tops there displayed by Anthony Ribeiro, or rather Andrew Ribeiro. We're getting ready for a change here from Stumptown.
Yeah, it looks like Giovanni's been down the second time and lifting pretty hard there. So Stumptown's got a couple players up and ready to go. So we'll see which one they call forward. But Giovanni definitely looks like he's hurting pretty bad. Not sure how much longer he can go. Kind of gives both teams a bit of a 20-second, 30-second timeout to regroup and figure out what they need to do to finish this half strong.
Ready to go.
Yeah, like I saw Coach C.J. Brown talking to Anthony Bowie there and probably saying, hopefully saying what I was talking about before, which is figuring out where to be and how to communicate with Ian Cerro about Ward and Williams on that left-hand side as they attack.
Haven't seen Chicago House turn the ball over much so far. There's the curse of the commentator. Longo. Offside flag is up as Shibata was ready to dash in.
I think that curse is a real thing.
That wasn't an egregious turnover.
Not egregious. Turnover nonetheless.
Yes. Never seen a good turnover, right, Coach? Anthony Bowie wants it. Instead, it's directed to Drew Connor. Yeah, talking with Rod Underwood, Stumptown's coach, too. It's been a weird couple of years, 18 months with COVID in the soccer world. There's a lot of players that are having a tough time finding a place to play during these COVID months. Connor launching it in. The vicinity was Ian Cerro. Tap forward by Travis Ward. Here comes Stumptown AC.
A little counterattack.
Shibata's to the left, and he just kind of stumbled on the ball there. Gets right back up to his credit and helps his team keep it. Reese Williams. Longo looking for the opening. Knocked away by Louis Bennett. Now in the 40th minute, Stumptown a nice little spell of possession. Ian Cerro does well to play it out of the congestion, right for Derek Huffman. Errant pass though, and it gives possession right back to Stumptown. Some shouts for Stumptown for a foul to be called.
To me, it looked like he slipped. A little bit of pressure in there from Ribeiro, and may have actually caused Shibata to slip there, but nevertheless, referee didn't see a foul there, so I'm gonna keep playing. Wasn't a foul, in my opinion.
2 minutes.
Has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes will be added to the end of this first half.
Will be added to this first half at a minimum. Wojcik searching for any mistake. Now, it was Ward ready to break, but picked loose by Mateo Kidd. There's Derek Huffman. Drew Connor energetically forward, bombing one from distance, wide of the target.
Well, you don't shoot, you don't score, Dan. Obviously, toward the end of the half, Drew Connor had a little bit of momentum, so why not take a shot? Could have been a banger.
Doesn't overuse that.
Yeah.
Why not give it a try every time?
Right.
Every now and then, rather.
Once again, you got to keep everybody honest. You know, keeper might not have been ready for that one. Reacted late. As you can see, he just slipped. So maybe he could have slipped. Just never know.
There's Kidd and Requeo down the left side for Chicago House here in the closing minute of the first half. Connor and Longo tangled up. It's been an active first half from Drew Connor. And still searching for the opening goal from either side. For Stumptown, they've struggled to score recently. Chicago House, they've gotten better as the year has gone on in terms of producing goals.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this last play right here of the half.
Shibata doesn't take it. Scooped in, is rising up for it was Andrew Ribeiro. Corner, it looks like, awarded.
Yeah, I thought that might have been the last play of the half, but looks like the ref has awarded a corner. But somebody's got to talk to Bowie there, let him know to let it go.
Shibata's the short option. Just watched off the roof of the goal by Michael Novotny. We hear the whistle, the conclusion of the opening 45 minutes. Saw some good and bad from both sides at times.
Yeah, good first half from both teams. Wasn't the absolute greatest attacking display from both teams, but at the same time, they both kept each other off the scoreboard, so I know both coaches are relatively happy about that.
Saw some dazzling stop there from Michael Novotny. It's Chicago House and Stumptown AC 0-0 after the first 45 minutes. There's the best opportunity from Chicago House's perspective. Derek Huffman with the try there, but foiled. Anthony Bowie also with a little dribbler. But as Dason mentioned, not a lot of attacking soccer there in the opening 45 minutes. Hopefully we'll see more of that in the second when we return to SeatGeek Stadium. Sorry.
This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, our goal is to help you love your life. When your life is sidelined by an injury, dizziness, surgery, or condition keeping you from doing what you love, we're here to help you heal and feel your best. Physical's holistic approach allows our therapists to evaluate your whole body so the root cause of your health challenges are uncovered. Visit physical.com to find your nearest location and see how we can help you love your life.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
Stadium, Chicago House, and Stumptown AC, 0-0. At the break, that's what it's all about. The little ones having some fun on the pitch on this cold November night. When we come back to SeatGeek Stadium, we'll update you with some highlights, look at some stats, and look ahead to these final two games for Chicago House as they wrap up the regular season. 2 to go until they hit the finish line.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
There's meal prep, then there's Eat Clean Chicago.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, our goal is to help you love your life. When your life is sidelined by an injury, dizziness, surgery, or condition keeping you from doing what you love, we're here to help you heal and feel your best. Physical's holistic approach allows our therapists to evaluate your whole body so the root cause of your health challenges are uncovered. Visit physical.com to find your nearest location and see how we can help you love your life.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
Whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
or too small.
Because when it's your body,
your passion,
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
the sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
Our halftime show presented by Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. For more info on Physical, visit physical.com. There's some highlights, but some bigger lads were kicking the ball around as well as we look at our halftime highlights presented by Nike Soccer.
Yeah, Williams was getting down this left-hand side quite a bit, and Bowie had to figure it out, and he started doing that toward the end of the second half, and Huffman with a chance right there. Thought he maybe could have chipped the keeper, but unfortunately it didn't happen, and the keeper was able to make a save. Longo with a cross here, and what a save by Novotny. Reaction save, touch over the net, and that's what you ask for your keeper. Sometimes when things break down, keepers come up big. Crayo Jr. with a great first-time cross into Bowie, getting to get his head on it, and Zero trying to find Woj or Huffman in the box and just overshot him just a little bit. So the highlights, as we saw, Dan, were few and far between. Not the best quality. Not that they're not quality players, but a lot of energy put forth in this first half, but not a lot of quality opportunities in the first half.
Yeah, that was the half chance highlight package.
Yeah.
As we look around NISA as the young soccer players continue to try to stay warm on this cool mid-November night. Just 2 games as Detroit City's game was called off with some COVID concerns. You see Chattanooga, they have the advantage. They're Stumptown's next opponent. And it's New Amsterdam right now leading San Diego 1904 as well, 1-0.
Yeah, both close games right there. So, you know, the league from the top to the bottom, you know, there's some teams that stand out like Detroit, and but also as you look at the middle of the pack and the bottom, teams aren't too far apart. Different playing styles, different mindsets. So once again, we have a game between the 5th and 6th place teams right here. It's tied 0-0 at halftime.
Well, tonight, Chicago House AC celebrates its inaugural youth soccer night at SeatGeek Stadium. Together, we support all youth soccer organizations and celebrate the next generation of soccer players in Chicago. Here's a short video from some of your Chicago House AC players sharing their favorite or funniest moments from their youth soccer journey.
Favorite youth soccer memory would probably be my first soccer game ever. I think I was 8 or 9. I shot the ball and it went right into the opposing center back's face. His nose started bleeding, and I remember just sitting there while the game's going on and just having a conversation with him because I felt so bad. And I guess I was just helping him with his bloody nose instead of paying attention to the game.
Funniest moment with the Midwest Wings was actually I was a center back when I was like 7 years old because I was always faster than everybody and stronger than everybody. But we went up like 3-0 against a local team called Chicago Wind. I got to play forward and I scored a 4th goal and celebrated in their bench, and they took my playing card and lit it on fire.
So I was always a goalkeeper, but I also put second half I would just go in the field. So that was always fun, trying to keep the clean sheet in the first half and trying to score in the second one. So that's probably my favorite memory.
I think that just growing up, I had really long hair, so I get confused as a girl a lot. Yeah, that's basically it.
Funniest youth soccer moment, State Cup semifinal, U13. I was playing with Eclipse. You know how like youth soccer tournaments, you play a couple games in a day? I think we had 2 that day, and I was hungry between games, so I smashed like 8 power bars. I had to like poop my pants on the field. So I had to call for a sub, went to the bathroom, was in there for a while, came back on the field, scored a goal.
At Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, our goal is to help you love your life. When your life is sidelined by an injury, dizziness, surgery, or condition keeping you from doing what you love, we're here to help you heal and feel your best. Physical's holistic approach allows our therapists to evaluate your whole body so the root cause of your health challenges are uncovered. Visit physical.com to find your nearest location and see how we can help you love your life.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
I think what makes championship teams are those the core players that can work. Being in Chicago, it's not hard to find those guys.
Just a bunch of familiar names, and we're going to try and build a core. We're going to show people what Chicago is about.
It's always been that thing like, oh, what could it be if we could all just play here?
I think that's one of the coolest things about this team is you do have a lot of local guys from a lot of different backgrounds.
For the guys that are from here, you know, we're building something special.
The food, the people, the music, which is deeply tied to what we're doing here as well with the Chicago House.
You can't ever go wrong with Chicago when it comes to vibes.
It's come full circle with CJ and the guys that I grew up playing with. It's simply the best.
Welcome back, SeatGeek Stadium. Little soccer players still enjoying themselves before the big guys come back out to start this second half. 0-0 the score between Chicago and AC. It's a cool night, bundled up with an MLS Cup champion, Dason Robinson. I'm Dan Kelly. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. And Dason, you feel this second half, like a lot of times, can go a variety of ways.
Yeah, score is 0-0 right now. Both teams are playing fairly well. Hasn't been, you know, one way or the other for a longer period of time for one team. Momentum has shifted back and forth, so it's been a pretty solid game. A lot of energy, a lot of action. Players are getting stuck in, but not too many quality chances.
Look back at some of the keys to the match that you brought up that would be important. Anything following through here as we get set for that final dash in the final 45 minutes?
Yeah, I think we've had, for Chicago, I think it's been a strong start, and they had a strong finish to the first half. And once again, they need to do the same thing in the second half. Strong start, strong finish. Can they play a complete game? I think they have been okay thus far. And Huffman, he's had an okay first half, and he's been getting behind Stumptown's defense a little bit, but I think him and Woj need to connect and find each other a little bit more, and I think the midfielders need to find Huffman's feet, play into his feet so they can play off of him and keep the ball moving.
That's been an interesting evolution this season. At first half of the year, the bulk of it seemed that they were using a one-striker formation, and going with the two forwards and Huffman and Wojciech has kind of changed things for Chicago House.
Yeah, just a little bit. They have Woj up top by himself, but Huffman's kind of fallen under him. He's kind of, I don't say roaming, but he's finding himself in good positions to connect with Woj, and keeping those two forwards has been really good for Chicago.
And that seems to be the message from head coach CJ Brown to Wojciech is to trust the system, which he does, stay in front of the goal, don't wander, because that's when he tends to get lost and out of the equation.
Correct. And a lot of times when Woj is not where he's supposed to be, when he's roaming a little bit, it kind of throws other players off a little bit. And so with Woj in the middle, it's good for other players to get on the ball, get some crosses in, and find his feet. So playing off of him is a great thing. Keeping him in the central position is a great thing for Chicago.
So we'll see if they can make some of those keys come true as the players back on the field to start warming up. I thought it was going to be a little colder than tonight. Both of us have lived in the Chicagoland area for a while. You were born and raised in Cleveland. This isn't bad for mid-November.
Yeah, you know, it's chilly. It's definitely chilly, but obviously for the players, you know, once you get moving, it's pretty good out there. And once again, you're engaged in the game, you're focused on the game and getting the results. So the cold, to be honest, isn't a big issue. But growing up in the Midwest, growing up in Cleveland for sure, you kind of get used to playing in these types of elements every now and then. So, but I was a long sleeve shirt guy.
I don't blame you. And for these players and like everyone, the fans, we're not acclimated to this yet. A few days ago, it was 60 degrees and sunny, so this came on suddenly. Your impressions just overall, this is your first year covering NISA. It's got a nice little future. It's still, of course, in the teething phase. It's very young, but you can see a lot of bright spots and, of course, in future years.
Yeah, definitely a great league. Definitely a lot of great players. I've seen a lot of quality in the players, and also quality coaches who are putting out quality game plans, quality tactics. You look at Coach CJ Brown and what he's done with the Chicago House team from the beginning of the year to where they are now, how they're playing, how they're coming together as a team. And even Stumptown witnessing their ability to keep the ball, their ability to keep possession, and obviously get certain players in certain attacking positions to get on the board and get a great result for their team as well.
That's what's cool, including Chicago House or all teams in the league. You can kind of look around and be like, why is this guy not playing in USL or Major League Soccer or Division Up? You see those talented individuals out there, if they can just make that next step, and some of them will.
Well, certainly. You have players like John Rafael Jr., who grew up in the LA Galaxy system, and so maybe the opportunity, I'm not sure what happened with the LA Galaxy 2 opportunity, but now he's here. He's found a spot on this left back position for Chicago House, and once again, it only takes one pair of eyes to see you out there doing a great job, and they can call your agent, they can contact the coach and see if you're available. You just never know what could happen.
Having said that it's not too cold tonight, if I was any of those players, I'd be huddled up next to a space heater during the break. A few if I could.
Yeah, if at all possible, for sure.
Or that nice fire in the lounge there here in beautiful SeatGeek Stadium. Ready for the second half. Everybody getting comfortable. Chicago House gear, little bite to eat.
Yeah, I think I need a blanket too. You didn't tell me to bring a blanket.
That's an idea for next Saturday night versus Cal United. Little kiss. The second half proceedings. Chicago House wearing their black shirts, trying to protect their house.
Yeah, the second half is going to be a good one. It's really going to come down to who wants it. A lot of times tactics do come into play early on in the second half, but as the second half keeps going on and on, it's going to be more about mano a mano, who wants it more, and who's mentally focused and who's tuned in.
That's Dason Robinson. I'm Dan Kelly. Along with our crew, it's great to have you with us. Down to the final 2 regular season matches for these 2 sides. Martinez out of the back. Louis Bennett tries to filter that pass through.
So Chicago's going to come out with that high press again, not allow Stumptown to play out the back and get comfortable on the ball.
This is Hines. Wojcik gets it back. Derek Huffman approaching the area. Huffman to Mateo Kidd. Plays it square to Drew Connor. Trying to clip it ahead there for Kidd, but taken back over by Stumptown AC.
Yeah, a couple bad giveaways early on here by Stumptown FC. They've been able to recover the ball and not allow those turnovers to affect them quite so much.
On Saturday, November 20th versus Cal United Strikers for Fan Appreciation Night. Tickets are available by visiting ChicagoHouseAC.com/tickets.
Ribeiro back to keep things safe for Chicago House. Travis Ward. Reese Williams. Dangerous cross comes in. Michael Novotny, the save there on Robert Hines. Second try. Novotny stops that too. Man of the match performance so far from Michael Novotny.
Look at this guy right here, Michael Novotny, with a point-blank save on Robert Hines, and then the second one here on Longo. Michael Novotny in right position, looking as calm, as comfortable, and as confident as you can be as a keeper.
Yeah, so calm and cool there under fire. Mateo Kidd, is there an opening here? Just a little chip right at the keeper, not a problem for Kevin Gonzalez.
Yeah, Chicago's got to watch the defending in terms of their communication and seeing where guys are, because Robert Hines was wide open. The ball got out wide and to put it across him, but Hines he was so free on the back post. That's a bit of a problem. Can Navani keep making those types of saves? Possibly, but you don't want to keep giving quality players, professional players, an opportunity like that. They'll put the ball in the back of the net for sure.
Yeah, Reese Williams was just breezing down that left side, and a lot of time and room for Hines to get that shot away. There's Bowie and Ian Cerro with the engagement in the midfield from Chicago House. Nice dummy by Shibata. Now it's Hines. Low service. Fighting to get after that was Reese Williams, looking for a penalty.
Yeah, he wanted it, but nothing there. Nothing there at all.
Mateo Kidd motoring forward as Drew Connor. Wojciech on the right. Huffman is in the middle. There's Bowie. Louis Bennett unable to accept the pass, and it's Stumptown AC behind the ball. Shibata loses to Drew Connor. Long hit there by Novotny. In the vicinity was Huffman. Stumptown deals with the pressure. Hines, the little feint. Now Hines, the service. It was Sulia, the defending from Chicago House. Huffman to the cul-de-sac. Weighing his options, sees a streaking Louis Bennett.
Oh, Cerro's there. It's a good ball. He's going to save it.
Dashing away, there's Ian Cerro. Wojciech in the penalty area. Cross, breezing by Derek Huffman. Mateo Kidd there to save it. Urqueo. Gets it back from Louis Bennett.
Probably should bring it back, switch it.
Kidd cruising towards the middle.
Yeah, good decision.
Bowie will push on for Ian Cerro.
Chicago just needs to be patient right here. Just keep the ball. Yeah, just keep moving it side to side. They don't need to force anything.
It's been one of the reminders all season from C.J. Brown. Cerro left foots it in. There's Derek Huffman nearest.
Good run by Huffman. Good ball in by Cerro. Once again, as you talked about, Coach C.J. Brown talked about patience. Patience. Right there, you saw a great example of it, where they didn't force the ball. Things weren't on. They pulled it back out, reset, went to the other side, and got a great opportunity on frame. Now they have a corner.
They'll play it short. Bennett gets it back from Drew Connor. Chipping it in. Chicago House finds the back of the goal. Rodolfo Sulia off the corner. And the House is rocking here early in the second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sulia getting on the end of this cross. Quick corner play. Nobody marked him up. He did exactly what he's supposed to do.
It's got to be his first ever goal this season.
Yeah, I mean, that was, listen, great job by Sulia. Once again, it starts all the way from what we talked about a few seconds ago. the patient play from Chicago. They get a corner out of it. They play it quick. Caught Stumptown off guard, and Sulia, bang, right in the back of the net.
So you're saying all those little things that coaches remind you of, they tend to add up.
They tend to add up, and when you stay with them, you stick with them, good things happen.
So that changes things. See the exuberant celebration from Sulia and his teammates. Now, back to the task at hand.
It's a great ball by Sulia.
There goes Cerro. You were saying this could happen. Maybe one team gets a goal early in the second half and the floodgates can just open. Louis Bennett confidently trying to give it a hit. That took a deflection.
Yeah, how can Chicago build off this momentum this next 5 minutes? They have to stay locked in, because sometimes the first 5 minutes after a goal is scored, weird things happen. You know, you're in an exuberant, euphoric state. And then maybe focus is lost a little bit. But Chicago, if they can maintain the focus and stay on the forefront, they can probably find another one here real quick with some quick decisions, a little counter-attacking play, and putting some balls in behind Stumptown's line.
So Cerro, he usually drives the tempo oftentimes when this team possesses the ball. He's had some nice touches here in the second half. He's now on the right side. As they operate on the left here, Louis Bennett. Huffman.
Switches on.
The goal scorer, Sulia. Spots Mateo Kidd. Anthony Bowie with a little conversation with the man in the middle.
Yeah, a little tough foul. Got him pretty good, but not enough for a card for sure. Just a little talking to.
Fans, for all things NISA, in terms of standing stats and the latest news, log on to nisasoccer.com. Longo, 50-50 ball there, and Mateo Kidd comes away with possession for Chicago House. Nemhard out of the back, on to Travis Ward. Shibata's ahead. Safely tucked out by Bowie. Chested down by Ward. He wants it back. Switched over to Odenbeck. Shibata goes to ground to help his team keep it. Here comes Hines. Requeo there off of Novotny.
Goal kick. Ball's out of bounds once again.
Yep.
But still Novotny coming up with a big save right there. Gets a hand on it.
Keeping things calm with his team, protecting this 1-0 advantage thanks to an early second half goal.
There, Rodolfo Sulia, Puerto Rican national team player, getting on the end of that corner. Big for Chicago House, very big for Chicago House, but to get that one relatively early in the second half, and so now they're playing on the forefront. They're not coming from behind or trying to come from behind. Can they maintain this lead? Can they maintain possession? Can they stick to the game plan that Coach C.J. Brown wants for them?
He wants to see this team close out the regular season with consistency. It started second half last week against LA Force, a come-from-behind win, and he wants to continue to see him demonstrate it for these final 2 matches versus quality sides. It's a good test to close out the season for Chicago House.
Yeah, it is a sign of maturity as well for this team, for these players. When you can play these types of games, get goals, defend well, defend as a team, especially keeping zeros and close out games and get a victory. So that's what they're shooting for right now.
See the confidence from that goal from Sully. It just rises up like a viper there for the aerial challenge.
Listen, I know it. You do feel it. You get like an extra little push, an extra little pump, and it's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm ready. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the game for Sully and Chicago.
Approaching the hour mark. There's Travis Ward. A little frustrated here on the road. Sulia's clearance is rejected. Shibata trying to chase it down. Big goal kick for Michael Novotny in Chicago House.
Yeah, Shibata's been working hard for Stumptown FC. He's like I say, a hard worker. He runs around, holds the ball up for his team, and makes some great runs across the back line for Stumptown. So Chicago's going to continue to keep an eye on him because he's busy. He's busy, and sometimes busy players find those little pockets and are able to create things out of nothing.
Yeah, you're right. Busy's a good way to describe it. Novotny's clearance has helped a bit. John Requeo. This is Mateo Kidd. A little trickery. Dragging some defenders with him. Now on to Drew Connor. This Kidd pinned along the near touchline. Recovered by Chicago House.
Good first ball in there by Ribeiro. That's what you look for from your center backs. Can they obviously defend, but when balls are in positions for turnovers, can they play a quick first ball into the midfielders or forwards? Just create that counterattack to keep the opposing team on their toes and off balance.
Just over the head there of Drew Connor, but not a problem for the big man, Wojtek Wojcik. Bowie to Wojcik.
It's good action by Woj and Bowie right there.
There's Woj, the nickname for Wojtek Wojcik. Most people, including his teammates, just refer to him as Woj. Martinez up with it for Stumptown AC. They're a little sick of draws right now, but they would like to equalize here. Still a lot of soccer left to play. Ian Cerro. Some rugged play helped Chicago House recapture it, but that pass just between Wojcik and Huffman.
Yeah, just off a little bit.
Now a little more open space out there. Here comes Hines. Pressure coming from Ian Cerro. Martinez, the captain, kind of been banged up all season. Back there, number 22 for Stumptown. The step up from Sulia, and he's called for a foul. It's been a pretty calm second half so far. bundled into Travis Ward. Sulia will pound it out. One of your keys to the match: strong start, strong finish.
Yeah, it's been a strong start to the second half for Chicago House, and as you just mentioned, there's a lot of time left in this game. So can they play that complete game? Can they finish strong here over the last 25, 30 minutes or so?
Shibata gets it back. Longo. Stumptown looking for an opening. Here's Hines. Dangerous cross, back post. That might have caught a piece of the post. Stumptown threatening here. Odenbeck.
Great feed by Odenbeck.
Back to gather is Stripling.
They're pressing. Can they stay marked up in the back, Chicago?
Chicago House recovers it. Cerro holds off his man and gets some help from Louis Bennett. Wojcik. Visions there of Derek Huffman. Louis Bennett trying to hunt that ball down. Hines has created some dangerous moments for Stumptown from this right side, including about a minute ago.
Yeah, Chicago got to do a little bit more communication. The first half, it was the left side, and Williams getting forward, and now it's Hines on his right side getting forward. So Chicago's kind of got to figure this out.
Huffman absorbs the foul. We look at the close call moments ago that did catch a piece of the post, it looks like.
Yeah, Hines with the first time ball in, and Shibata selling out for that ball, and very well could have gone in, but off the post. So once again, Chicago's got to figure out this right-hand side and what they're going to do about Hines putting these balls in. With Stumptown, a little bit of momentum right now. Going forward, they've been connecting a lot of great passes and swinging the ball from side to side.
Drew Connor splashes it out wide for Anthony Bowie. Bowie gets the service in. Wojcik there was knocked down by Nemhard. Sulia trying to get position there, whistled for the foul.
I guess so. I guess it was a foul.
Well, a reminder, Chicago House AC's next home match next Saturday, November 20th, 7:30 p.m. versus Cal United Strikers FC. You can still get single match tickets, group tickets, or season tickets. Just visit our website at chicagohouseac.com/tickets and buy your tickets now. Chicago House going for that second goal.
A little turnover.
Drew Connor. The chip, Derek Huffman was awaiting that chip, but there to snatch it first was Kevin Gonzalez, the keeper. That foul was detected in the midfield. Sabata there on Andrew Ribeiro.
Yeah, that's the third turnover for Stumptown in the second half. Can Chicago capitalize on one of these turnovers now?
So Nazim Bartman going to replace Derek Huffman here in the 68th minute. Looks like a change as well on the way for Stumptown.
Yeah, that's not a bad sub at all from Coach C.J. Brown. Huffman's had a solid game. Definitely got behind Stumptown's back line. Bartman with a lot of energy as well. Fresh legs coming in. I know he's looking to create some opportunities as well.
Here's Drew Connor. Is this an opportunity? It is. Just a little high over the bar.
Wow. What a spot he found himself in. I know Drew wish he could have that one back because he was in a great spot here. Great turn. Enough space to get a quality shot off, and just over the top of the crossbar.
Saw Sulia with his first one earlier. Maybe Drew Connor's got one in him here in the final 2 matches of the regular season.
Yeah, I think he's primed for one. He's been working hard, and he's obviously found the pockets of space in this game to get a couple shots off. So we'll see how it goes.
Here's Shibata. A little frustrated here with his team down on the road, 1-0. Hines there wins the aerial duel from Wojcik. Nazim Bartman in the meantime driving that train forward. This is Anthony Bowie. Bartman. Ian Cerro keeps it on the grass there. Mateo Kidd patiently back for Cerro. Kidd and Cerro. Some quick ball movement. Anthony Bowie, Nazim Bartman trying to get it back, but it's recaptured by Stumptown. Cerro the steal. Ian Cerro looking for Wojcik in front there.
Good chance. Another turnover once again by Stumptown. Chicago's got to capitalize on one of these turnovers. They're putting good pressure on them to win these balls in good positions and good spots, but they got to capitalize. They can't let Stumptown off the hook by giving the ball away and by not scoring.
Ward got a foot to it. Shibata into the penalty area. Michael Novotny diving onto that one.
Yeah, I think that was Williams cutting in, and I think he did. I mean, it was a great opportunity to get a shot off, but he didn't realize he had Hines wide open on his right-hand side.
Mateo Kidd, free ball, trying to take advantage, tearing forward. Ian Cerro. Cerro into the area. Going down, and a corner kick on the way for Chicago House AC.
It's a great tackle there by Williams, recovering on a quick counter by Chicago House. Williams wanted the ball, believes it's a goal kick, but nevertheless, corner by Chicago House. Can they find Sulia again?
A recovery tackle by Williams, but it leads to a corner here. And yes, as Desan alluded to, this is how Chicago House scored their only goal, occurring early in this half from Sulia. Louis Bennett will whip it in.
It's like a little bit of a tussle in front of the net.
Yeah. Prison fight.
Yeah.
Second meeting between these two teams this season. Louis Bennett, the keeper, Kevin Gonzalez jostling a bit, everybody calming down. Bennett will go back to the corner spot.
A little bit of extra. Looks like the referee's got his card out for somebody.
Yellow on Nemhard.
Nemhard or Woj. Not quite sure right now. Hopefully we'll hear about it sooner than later.
Yeah, we'll listen for confirmation.
Oh. Yeah, Gonzalez with a little pull back.
Kidd bullied there off the ball. Some shouts for a whistle. Getting a little feisty here in the 74th minute.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it, Dan. I'll take it. Yeah, it was a pretty clean game in the first half, and the intensity's picked up a little bit, and a few more fouls, and a little bit more chippy. So I certainly don't mind it, Dan. And hopefully it'll lead to some great opportunities going forward.
Offside flag is raised as Travis Ward ready to go the other way. Yeah, two teams that are engaged. Sulia.
It's a good ball.
Right to Wojcik. Dropping it down for Mateo Kidd. Requeo, Nazim Bartman. Ian Cerro now gets involved. Nazim Bartman drags it into the penalty area. Ian Cerro is there, but well defended by Stumptown. They break through the pressure there from Drew Connor. And it's Rodolfo Sulia keeping Shibata away from the ball.
It's good action right there by Sulia. Good composure.
Bennett backing up Drew Connor. Wojcik looking for any mistake there. And commits the foul. There on Reese Williams. Man nicknamed Woj going there to help him up. Like running into a tree.
Yeah.
With big Wojcik coming at you.
Yeah, but you like that out of your forward, right? Sending a message that he's here to play, and you know that probably stems from a little bit of the scuffle or whatnot before, and just the intensity of the game. So, as a coach, I appreciate that. Or if I was coaching a team, I should say.
We get you.
Yeah.
Chicago House trying to close out a victory. Still a lot of work to be done. Bartman and Bennett looking for that ball. Eventually the pressure from Bartman allows Chicago House to pick it up. Drew Connor tells C.J. Brown, I'll pick it up, coach, and give it to Anthony Bowie for this throw. He's trying to milk Eddie in every second they can, nursing this lead. Wojcik trying to lay it off there for Bartman. But it's Travis Ward now the other way for Stumptown. Hines, clever little play down the near side. Inching forward is Longo.
Awesome. Wow.
Bennett knocked down off the ball. They play on. Stumptown AC. Long rip. And that's up and over the bar. It was Reese Williams behind that try.
I'm a bit surprised as the referee didn't see Louis Bennett just getting pushed, two-hand shoved by Longo in the middle of the field. I think he actually looked at it and just ignored it.
I saw it out of the back of my eye. I thought the sniper from the 7th row got Louis Bennett. I didn't see what happened to him, but he just all of a sudden was down quickly.
Yeah, no, I witnessed it. It was a two-hand shove by Longo, and referee just looked at it and let it go. problem with sometimes when those things happen is that because you let that go, then unfortunately retaliation happens, and now one player's like, well, you let that go, and you know, it just, things build up. So hopefully it doesn't escalate into anything more, but you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing from both teams right now. Stumptown attacking, trying to get back into the game, and Chicago defending, but also doing some great attacking as well.
Odenbeck switching things. Detected by Bowie. Odenbeck brushes over to Hines. Ward trapped in this corner. Gets a little relief from that trap. Dangerous service coming in. Stumptown FC pumps home a goal in the 79th minute. The equalizer from Colin Stripling.
Colin Stripling with the late run. Nobody picks him up from Chicago House. Great cross in and buries it. Novotny left in no man's land, and definitely disappointing for Chicago, but great finish. Good job by Stumptown, not giving up, not laying down after they're down 1-0, and then we have a game here.
It's on. Good final 12 or 15 minutes or so. Drew Connor just lost control. Bennett there, the tactical foul. The man in the middle is getting a little frustrated as well, trying to keep everyone their best behavior.
Yeah, he's got to get the match a little bit more under control. He's kind of all over the place a little bit.
Oh, Wojcik, he seems to come close when he presses the keeper oftentimes. He's such a big target to move the ball away from. There's Wojcik trying to get a left-footed lash off. Well, you want to represent the house? Then head on over to our website at shopchicagohouseac.com to find the latest t-shirts, hats, jackets, and more from your beloved Chicago House AC, and stock up today.
It's a good break down the right side by Bowie, and good combo with him and Cerro. Another corner for Chicago. Looking forward to seeing what happens on this one.
If you're just joining us, that's how they scored their only goal earlier in this half. Rodolfo Sulio got on the end of it. Louis Bennett behind the delivery. Nice delivery, drops in. Mateo Kidd was nearest. Now here picking up the pieces is Requeo. Nazim Bartman. That's well into the stands.
Yeah, just sat up for him just a little bit too much and wasn't able to stay over the ball. Nice little ball for the fans. Kids trying to find it. Not quite a souvenir for him.
Like little ants scrambling around looking for a little piece of food.
Yeah.
Always cool to touch a game ball.
For sure.
See that? Just stuck in the wind off the foot there of Gonzalez. 83rd minute. Level terms here south of Chicago. Reese Williams. Sulia back protected. Williams gets a foot to it. Drops down for Longo. Ward out wide. Longo. Ward again. Longo. Will be a goal kick.
Well done by Sulia there, using his body.
Substitution for your Chicago House is the
Musa Morris now ready to come on for Chicago House. Along with Michael Kozelik. So Cerro comes off. So roommate for roommate, Kozelik comes on for Drew Connor. Like to see that energy running onto the field here. Try to get another goal and secure the home victory. First touch for Musa Morris as he bangs it forward.
It'll be interesting to see what Musa Morris is able to do as he comes in this game. He has a lot of ability on the ball and can break down defenders when needed. I'm hoping that Coach C.J. Brown is kind of giving him the green light to run at defenders and just attack.
There's the green light. Musa Morris attacking here on Reese Williams. Taking his time in the corner. But recaptured now by Chicago House as you see the recent substitutions. John Requello, Mateo Kidd combining along the near touchline. Morris brought that down nicely, but served it up for the opposition. As Reese Williams was able to come in and just grab it off his boot. Nicely done by Wojcik. Little pivot, finds support. Anthony Bowie towards the area. Anthony Bowie. Everybody a little bunched up. Wojcik, little separation. He finds space. Wojcik, Chicago House reclaim the lead in the 86th minute.
A little something out of nothing. Anthony Bowie driving into the box, trying to combine with Woj, and a little bit of a scramble. Ball's kind of bouncing all over the place, and Woj gets his toe on the ball. Right in the back of the net, right place, right time. And that's what you want out of your goal scorers. That's what you want out of your center forwards. Figuring it out, just getting on the ball, score any way you possibly can, and Woj made it happen tonight. Goal number 7 on the year for Woj.
He dreams of little opportunities like that where he picks up his head, all of a sudden the ball is there to place it in the net. He has the composure to do it. And as you mentioned, team leading 7th goal of the year for Wojtek Wojcik.
And here we go, Dan, here we go. 87th minute. Not too much time left in this game. Probably 3 to 4, maybe even 5 minutes of stoppage time. Stumptown's gonna have another 1, 2, maybe even 3 opportunities. Can Chicago defend the way it needs to and communicate the way it needs to see this victory home?
Yeah, late goals providing some excitement, but from Chicago House's perspective, they're okay if that's the last goal of the match. Enough excitement for the home fans.
It's like another yellow card pulled. Not sure if it was on Kaz or if it was on Bartman. Look, that Bartman committed the foul, but referee pointed towards Kaz, number 7 for Chicago.
Ready to play some soccer again here. So Stumptown AC in pursuit of the tying goal. Well done by Ribeiro. Bartman.
88th minute of play on number 7, Michael Kozilek.
Musa Morris. Unable to keep it.
Looks like we're going to get another sub.
Substitution for your Chicago House in the 89th minute of play, leaving the match. Number 21, Louis Bennett, and entering the match, number 12, Michael Kafari. The substitution is
So Kafari on for Bennett.
A little bit more maybe defensive-minded player, Michael Kafari.
Bartman elevators up along with Musa Morris. Mateo Kidd making that run, but no way he can catch up to that. Stason mentioned more of a defensive posture now with Michael Kafari replacing Louis Bennett for these closing minutes. Pounded forward by Sulia. Comes down for Bartman. Finds the outlet. Time and room for Anthony Bowie. Clips it forward. Musa Morris. A minimum of 4 minutes will be added to this match. And Chicago House would like the majority of those 4 minutes to be played in a corner like this. At least around the area. Or maybe closer to the goal as well. Anthony Bowie tracking back. Excellent takeaway by Bowie. Here's Kafari.
Once they go to the corner.
Morris gives to Bartman in the corner.
There you go.
The press coming from Bowie. Stumptown navigates their way away from that pressure. About 3 minutes to go. Here's Hines. Little overserve there for Travis Ward out of his range. Mateo Kidd takes it from Wojtek Wojcik. Wojcik has scored the go-ahead goal for Chicago House here in the second half. Trying to close the deal now. Gonzalez trying to avoid trouble there. The keeper begins the attack. Advantage played Stumptown. Here comes Robert Hines in search of the tying goal in the dying minutes.
Chicago's gonna stay marked up. The ball's getting wide. Can they make sure they're talking to each other, saying who's got who?
Safely cleared away. Well done by Wojcik. A little exchange there with Bartman, but unfortunately they couldn't keep it.
Substitution for Stumptown AC in added time. Leaving the match, number 9, Ismael Longo, and entering the match, number 18, Anthony Legendre.
So Legendre on for Longo for Stumptown AC. Just over a minute to go. why you hear the frantic shouts. Mateo Kidd driving that ball forward. Bartman. Musa Morris. Anthony Bowie, Chicago House, good possession here and a good spot on the field to nurse this lead. Would be credited with the game-winning goal if the scoreline remains. Wojcik, they toss it into Musa Morris. Corner on the way for House. Bartman and Morris trying to cause a little confusion of that corner. Match now in the dying seconds. Match is over. Chicago House kill the match. Late goal from Wojtek Wojcik, and they eke out the home victory. Make it 2 straight at home. 2-1 the final tonight.
Great job by Chicago. Figuring out how to get the victory tonight, man. Up 1-0, let in a goal, but Woj was able to find the back of the net with a poacher's forward type goal. Did his job. Great opportunity. Great victory tonight for Chicago House.
It was a complete game. That's why there's a happy striker in Wojtek Wojcik. 2-1, the final. Chicago House over Stumptown AC. We'll look at some highlights and stats and wrap this one up when we return to SeatGeek Stadium in just a moment.
This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House. This is Chicago House.
There's meal prep, then there's Eat Clean Chicago.
We know the thrill of pushing your body to that ultimate high.
And we understand how injury brings the most painful low.
Whether you suffer a tear, a sprain, a break, or the effects of time.
The sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital gets you moving again.
We treat Olympic, professional, and amateur athletes, student athletes, and everyday people seeking active lives.
Our expert physicians and nurses diagnose your problem and provide state-of-the-art, non-surgical, and surgical treatment.
Physical therapists and rehabilitation experts guide your body back to the motion you want and need.
There's no injury too big
or too small.
Because when it's your body,
your passion,
your mission to get back to doing what you love,
the sports medicine team at Weiss Memorial Hospital will get you there.
You've got enough things to worry about. Snooze the notifications. From the award-winning makers of The Little Dreamer. Introducing Snooze, the bed-in-a-box mattress for the whole family, so you can snooze like a baby. Only from Moonlight.
Chicago
This Chicago House Athletic Club broadcast is brought to you by the Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital, by Nike Soccer, by Physical Therapy and Balance, and by Eat Clean Chicago.
Just a little south of Second City, some happy Chicago House supporters warmed up by a home victory. Michael Novotny, the theme of this segment, he factors in a lot, including our man of the match, presented by Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. A manly performance from the veteran Michael Novotny.
Yeah, he's had a great season, and as I stated before, I think the team's MVP. And tonight he definitely showed that. Tonight he definitely did his job. He showed up tonight when he needed to, when he could. Great save, great reaction save. The double save right there. Williams streaking through. Novotny coming up with another solid save.
Looking calm and cool while doing it. Save of the match presented by Eat Clean Chicago. And oh yeah, that guy, number 18, Michael Novotny, factored in once again as he is able to greet some young fans post-match.
Yeah, sometimes getting behind Chicago's back line, getting a cross in, and I personally thought this was in the back of the net. And wow, what like I said, unbelievable save by Novotny. Great reaction save. Somehow he saw that ball and was able to keep it out of the net. He was already going in one direction, changed his body. Great save. Man of the match for a reason. Save of the match for a reason.
Yeah, you're so right. He was going the other direction. All of a sudden, the fire alarm goes off, and he realizes he's got a paw to the left.
Yeah, he was falling backwards, too. What a great game he played tonight.
We check out our post-match highlights presented by Chicago Center for Orthopedics at Weiss Memorial Hospital. Game kind of had fits and starts of action. It was a little bit of a different one tonight. I guess all soccer matches are unique, and this one certainly was.
Yeah, first half, like I said, a lot of energy, not too many quality chances, a lot of half chances. Sometimes thought they scored one, and referee deemed it to be out of bounds. And you know, it was a good first half, but as we can see right here, Delongo getting a cross in, and once again our save of the match from Novotny. Great job by both teams in the first half, a lot of energy. Second half, Hines found himself a lot of free space and time on that right side, but Novotny right here making a double save. And as you can see right here, Zulia, after they played a quick corner from Louis Bennett, getting his head on the cross, bang in the back of the net. A lot of times when you don't mark up, those types of things happen. And you can see the joy on his face, the joy that the team has from that first goal.
Glad he calmed down. He's a big man. He could hurt someone celebrating.
Yeah. It's a great cross in, and sometimes able to level back, level up with one back.
And that's when everybody's thinking, oh no.
Oh no, but then Anthony Bowie driving forward. And our number 9, Woj, getting on the end of a kind of a scrap in the box. Ball bouncing a lot of different spaces, a lot of different places. And lo and behold, a 2-1 victory by Chicago House. The complete game that we talked about.
Great shot there, Rodolfo Zulia. One of the heroes of the night, scores his first goal. Huge goal for Chicago House. And now, just one more game to go. Next Saturday night against Cal United Strikers. And that was the goal for Chicago House, to be consistent. And there's Wojcik. He's the keeper there. Oh, that kid had him beat.
The ball might have hit the post, but
there he got it.
Yeah, but the consistency of what you talked about, they were able to find that tonight. 2-game win streak. All right, looking for a 3rd in a row next week against Cal United Strikers.
It was a fun one. Wojcik continuing to flash his skill set, putting some smiles on some young Chicago House supporters, hoping to do it again next Saturday night. Again, for my partner, Dason Robinson, our crew from the ISC Sports Network, I'm Dan Kelly. So good to have you with us on this cold Saturday night in mid-November from the Chicagoland area. Man of the match performance for Michael Novotny. Sulia, the first goal, game-winning goal from Wojcik. The rest is history. Another victory for Chicago House tonight, 2-1 over Stumptown AC. We hope to see you next Saturday night. Again, Chicago House will wrap up that season against Cal United. Until then, good night from SeatGeek Stadium.